Now boo-boo ain't got enough money to take care of you in sin. He's struggling and they struggling. So God has to cut boo-boo, bam bam, pookie wookie, and all those other people you duck off to off in your life. Because if he doesn't cut them off, you'll continue to stay by the brook. But the second reason why he has to relocate you is because, guess what? There's somebody that needs you more than you need the raven. So you're called to a greater people than who you are yourself. See, you're trying to maintain, and the danger of destiny is maintain. I'm just trying to maintain. And God said, I got you. I need to help you maintain somebody else. Isn't it the blessing that God transitions you from just maintaining you to be in the position to be able to maintain somebody else? It's a blessing not just to be trying to pay your bills, but it's a blessing to be a big baller and a shot caller, that you can bring provision in somebody else's life and everything that's connected to you in your life. When you can tell somebody, hold up, partner, I don't need your 50 cents. I got $1. Would you like it? Isn't it a blessing to be able to say, hey, look, hold up 1 minute. I don't need a ride, but I can give you and your children a ride. I don't need nowhere to stay now. I got a house for you to stay over across town. I ain't staying in that. That's my west side house. I'm just doing my east side house today. The truth of the matter is the text shares with us that it dries up. Now get this. The text says when it dries up, what we looking at? Verse 9. Arise, get thee to Zarephath. Watch this. In order for him to get blessed, he has to go up. Some of you got to understand that God has to bless you. And so the only way he can bless you is to take you up higher. The problem is you're still trying to get blessed in the lowland. And he got to bless you in the upper ground because there are people that need you up higher. One of the worst things is you can keep spending your time with people low level, low thinking, low giving, low self-esteem, low ideologies, and you keep trying to stay with them. You keep staying with the brook people, and God's trying to take you to the mountain people. You know, when you're still trying to help people pay their bills and help them out and hook people up and try to be there for them, but their thinking is at the same level, and they don't even appreciate what you're doing at the level you're doing it at because it ain't really good enough. So what God has to do is to transition you, and guess what? The only way he can transition you is to tap you out till you don't have it no more. Now he gets up. And the Bible says he's prepared a widow woman. Now, this gets me. Because again, a widow lives based on her children or the byproduct of the temple. So the community tries to help the widow. Okay. But if the community broke, it can't help the widow. So he says, get up. I provided a widow woman to sustain you. It don't make any sense. See, the next wave of what God tells you in your life will never make sense because it seems to be estranged. Because why would you take me from there where it's good to put me here that don't make any sense? Because the widow shouldn't be able to help herself. And the truth of the matter is, when it gets to the widow, she really can't help herself. Get this. When assignment is on your life, you can be broken than the people you called to. Oh, God Almighty, I'm about to enjoy my own cooking. But when you get there, it's like gas and fire. You need their fuel, and they need your fire. Good God Almighty. He gets to the girl. First thing he says is to her, what you doing? She said, me and my baby, we finna make our last meal, and we're getting ready to die. Get this. are assigned to some people. I'm talking to people in here. The people I'm called to serve to are assigned to people that's getting ready to die. When they eat this meal, they're already committing emotional suicide. They're already prepared that my life is already over. Man, I'm already dead. What? What I got to live for? It ain't that, man. I'm just a goon. Life is already over. I'm a walking zombie. My hope's already gone. Nobody don't love me. Nobody can't help me. She literally says, nobody can help me. Everybody I know ain't got nothing for me. They ain't got no love for me. They ain't got no help for me. And there's nothing they can do for me. And then the prophet shows up. You better understand that when God puts a prophet in your life, prophet, priest, pastor, teacher, stop trying to evaluate what people can bring to the table in physical personship, but evaluate what your connection with them can bring to the table. I like to say I got more favor than I will ever have money. He shows up and tells her, but make me a little cake first. I'm going to share with you the blessing of the first. Before you ever do anything else, since you got to make a cake, I need you to sacrifice of your nothing. And I need you to give me part of your nothing. God's going to always ask you for your nothing. Because if you can give him your nothing, he can give you his something. Oh, God Almighty. Now watch this. He doesn't ask for all of it. He just asks for some of it. And the sum, typed in the Old Testament, and the sum that he asks for is the first. See, you got to learn how to give God his first. Because if you can give God his first, then God can blow on your rest. And your rest will never run empty. What this girl does is she says, okay, what I'll do is I'm already getting ready to die. Now, it may mean that my last meal won't be my biggest meal. But guess what? I'm going to invest in this moment right now. And she says to him, eat all. What I like about the text is this is what it does. He says, verse 10, and he arose and went to Zarephath, sitting before the whistle, and fetched me, I pray thee, a little water. That's, now, first of all, he asked for water. And water's on the shortage. Okay. Isn't it enough that he asked for water? Isn't it enough that God asked for you what is already precious? But you got more of it than you got meal. So he starts off asking you for what you got more of. But now he pushes the level to ask you for what you got barely of. In text. She's gathering the sticks, getting her stuff together. And she was going to fetch it. And he called her and said,